Welcome to a video guide on how to use the Sawyer Library Catalog. In this guide, you will learn how to find the catalog and read a record, how to execute basic and advanced searches, as well as how to interpret search results. You will learn about subject and author searches, as well as some advanced search techniques. You will also learn how to browse by call number and how to save and export records. You can find the catalog directly from library.edu.law.suffolk.edu/search or from the Sawyer Library and Suffolk University homepages. In this catalog, you will find a variety of materials, including circulating books, non-circulating books, items held on reserve at the circulation desk for your classes, newspapers, magazines, maps, atlases, video and CDs and cassettes, music scores, and e-resources such as CD-ROMs and e-books. So let's look at a sample record. Each item in the library has its own record in the catalog. In order to find library items that are relevant to your research, you will need to be able to understand what is in these records. The center column has a majority of the information you will need. First, we have the author, title, and publisher information, followed by the location of the item, meaning in what library the item is held. This particular item is in the Sawyer Library, but others will be located in other Suffolk libraries, so pay attention to this field. This field will also indicate where in the library the item is located, such as in reference or on reserve. Next, we have the call number, which is the number you will need to help you find the item in the library. Next is the item's status. This field will tell you whether or not the item can be taken out of the library. If the status is check shelf, as it is here, then the item should be available in its proper location. If an item is already checked out, then this field will have the date the item is due. If the status is non-circ, then the item cannot be removed from the library. And finally, we have a description of the item. This can often be a physical description of the book, including its size, as well as the edition, volume information, the subjects that apply to the item, the ISBN for books and ISSN for journals, and magazines. Sometimes a record also includes a table of contents information, other authors, notes, and there's also a link to additional information which may include a summary of the item, as well as reviews and excerpts. Many of these elements, such as the author, title, publisher, description, edition, notes, and contents fields, are the fields that are searched when a keyword search is executed. There are also several things you can do from the leftmost column. Start over will bring you back to a clean basic search page. Request will request the book for you only if the item is checked out, and export will add the item to your saved records list. Periodicals are treated slightly differently. We still have the title and publisher information, though no author. These location fields indicate where the periodical is located and are also guides to what format the periodical is available in. In this case, it is available in both microfilm and as a print periodical. We also have, rather than a call number or status, the dates and volume numbers of the issues held by the library. And finally, we have a clickable link to the full text resource available online outside the library. The default search for the Sawyer Library Catalog is Basic Catalog Search. To try a more complex search, click on Advanced Search. This will take you to the Advanced Search page. From either of these pages, you can choose to search for course reserves. It is inevitable that some of your required readings will be held on reserve at the circulation desk. To find out what those items are, you should search the catalog. The default reserve search is by course name and number. So let's try a basic catalog search. In a basic search, you can select the type of search you want to conduct by clicking on the Search by Terms in the top row. Keyword, which is always the default search in this catalog, will search a majority of fields in each record. Title will search within the title fields in each record in the catalog and will also search using the leftmost word first. So if I want to search for Invasion of the Body Snatchers but enter in Body Snatchers, no results will be returned. Invasion must be the first word. If you cannot remember a title with the words in order, use the keyword search. Author will only search for your terms within the author fields in each record. Always enter in an author's last name first. The subject field will search the subjects assigned to the records. The ISBN and ISSN field will search numbers assigned to items to differentiate them from other items. This is not the same as the call number. The call number field will search the numbers assigned to library materials so that we can locate those items within the library. Any of these searches can be limited to a particular library campus library. The subject and author searches are important, so let's talk about those. The subjects used in the catalog are strict, so you and the catalog may disagree on what terms should be used. For example, say you need to find sources that will support your assignment on major themes in monster movies. A search for monster movies retrieves no results, but don't despair. Scan the surrounding subjects to see if what you are looking for is close by. In the results for monster movies, there are also results for monster films, 3 related subjects, as well as monsters in motion pictures. This is a good opportunity for you to think, what am I really searching for? Am I searching for movies, for monsters? Perhaps what I really want is film or horror. Don't be afraid to click around using the See Also subjects. These links can help you refine your search. Also, remember how a title search is focused on the leftmost word? Well, subject searches are the same. A search for monster movies will retrieve a different set of results than a search for movie monsters. So let's take a look at the highlighted subjects, monster films and monsters in motion pictures. The monster films 3 related subjects link will take you to a list of those related subjects: horror films, vampire films, and Godzilla films. These links will take you to further lists of relevant subjects as well as specific records. The other subject link, monsters in motion pictures, will take you to a list of records with that subject in the record. Let's move to author. Say you're looking for books by a particular author. In the author search field, enter in the author's last name, then first. A search for items by King Stephen retrieves a list of 5 authors with that name. We can use the dates and initials to the right of the author's name, in addition to the number of records attached to the author, to deduce which author is the one we seek. In the case of Stephen King, 1947, we know he is a rather prolific author, and the number 5 next to his name indicates how many items are attributed to him. We can guess that this is the correct Stephen King, so let's try it. Clicking on the author's name retrieves the list of titles linked to that particular author. But let's say you'd like to find titles by the author Richard Bachman, Stephen King's pseudonym. A search for Bachman Richard will redirect you to a link for King Stephen, 1947, which we now know is the right Stephen King, and we get the same results. In advanced search, we can do everything available in the basic search, plus much more. We can select search by author, title, subject, or notes. We can limit our search to a specific library. We can also limit by language and the material type. You can also select a range of dates for the publication of the item you're looking for, as well as for the publisher. So what should you do if you're assigned a film for class, maybe a movie based on the mythology of Dracula? In advanced search, we can change the search field from any field to title, and enter Dracula as our search term. We also can change the material type to video. This will search DVDs as well as VHS, and the video for Nosferatu is retrieved. Notice the status is due 11/06/08. This means the item is checked out and can be requested. Let's take a deeper look at the result of a search. A basic keyword search for Frankenstein will return a list of 32 possible results. In this list is the information you will need to identify the item you want. Here we have the item's title, the author, the publisher information, the item's location, and the publication date. The default is for the results list to be sorted automatically by the system, which ranks by relevance. This can be changed by clicking on either date or title. Result number 1 looks relevant to our interests. If we click on the title, we will be taken to that item's record. But what if we had searched for Frankenstein as a title and not a keyword? We get a different set of results. Instead of 32 total results, we have 8. This is because Frankenstein was searched as a word only in the title field and not in any other searchable field. So in the first result, there are 7 items linked to the title Frankenstein. In the second result, there is only 1 item linked to the title Frankenstein, 1968. And in result number 5, there are 5 items linked to the title Frankenstein or the Modern Prometheus. If we click on this title, we are taken to another results list of books linked to that particular title. Clicking on a call number will take you to a list of other titles in that call number range. You can think of this as virtually browsing the physical library shelves, but pay attention to the location. All the materials from the Sawyer Law, Dakar, Madrid, and NESAD libraries are included here, as well as electronic resources. You can also browse directly from an item's record using the previous and next buttons on the top and bottom of the screen. There are several ways to revise a search. The system sorted drop-down list will give you the opportunity to resort the results list directly from inside the record. Back to browse will take you back to the results list. Another search will bring you back to your original search page without the search terms. So if you search for Carrie from the advanced search page, then you will be returned to a clean advanced search page. But different searches will have different properties and therefore will limit how you can revise your search. With a keyword search, in the left menu you have a link to modify search, which will take you to an advanced search page with your search terms already filled in. From here, you can revise your search by adding or removing search terms and limits. This can also be done from the results list. All other searches like title, author, and subject will give you the option for limit search. You can select limit search from the results list or from a record. From the limit search page, you can alter your search by limiting the results to fit more strict criteria, such as item location, date published, and language. The limit search page will always use your original search terms. To change these, you must choose another search or start over. Using and, or, and not in your search can help you to narrow your list of results or to expand it. For example, you may want a book on Dracula's effect on kids. In the advanced search page, you can try a search for Dracula and kids or children and not vampires. For basic search, the terms and, or, and not should be entered in the search box like a sentence, using parentheses to group words together. The catalog search needs guidance from you, so when you use these techniques, remember to be specific. When using or, try to group these terms together. In the advanced example, search retrieves too many records because kids and children should be grouped together. Use the word near in between two search terms to find records with your search terms close to each other in any order. If we try horror near science, the search retrieves titles with the words horror and science, science fiction, fantasy, and horror, and science fiction and horror. You can also try the terms before and after instead of near to dictate the order of your terms. This type of search can be executed from the basic and advanced search pages. Use the word within and a number in between two search terms to find records with terms that are within a certain number of words from each other. For example, if we're looking for records on horror films, we can search horror within 5 film to find results with horror film and horror and science fiction film in the record, because these terms are within 5 words of each other. And we can see with the third result that the word film is indeed within 5 words of horror. This can also be done from the advanced search page. When a term you want to search has multiple spellings, such as woman or women, you can replace the questionable letter with an asterisk, and the catalog will fill in the possible alternate spellings. In this example, results for woman and women were retrieved. This can also be used for when you are unsure of the end of a word. For example, if you are searching for books that will have thrilling or thriller in a title, you can enter in the search term thrill with an asterisk at the end. The terms thrill and thrilling will be returned. If you found a record or records that fit your needs, you can save the items to be viewed later in 2 ways. In a results list, you can use the check boxes to the left of the titles to mark the items you would like to save. Simply choose the appropriate records and click Save Marked Records at the top of the list. You can also save all the records by clicking on Save All on Page. In an individual record, you can choose Export on the left-hand side. This will add this particular record to the list of saved records. To view your saved list from an individual record, click on Export. To view your saved list from a list of records, you can also click on Export. The records in your saved list can be saved to a professional citation tool format, such as ProCite, EndNote, and RefWorks. They can also be saved in brief format, which is just simple text, or full format, which is the full display that you would see if you search for the catalog for the record. You can then choose how the results will be exported, by email to another screen or saved in a text file. The contents of the saved records can also be edited from the screen. For further catalog instructions or general questions, you can contact the reference department. I encourage all of you to ask for help with your next research project.